Hi everyone, Jake from ATG here. Just want to talk to you very quickly about the teaser that we got regarding Avengers Infinity War, released a couple of weeks ago. What was cool about this is we saw a couple of our favourites all hanging around. The first teaser came from Robert Downey Jr. doing a Facebook Live with a cameraman that turned out to be Tom Holland. And then later on we saw Chris Pratt come in and talk about filming. And then obviously we got the little Infinity War teaser where we saw some fantastic concept artwork that had like Thor and Rocket Raccoon. We also saw Tony Stark standing in front of what looked like the Iron Legion, which obviously we last saw in Age of Ultron. Now this is really cool. I mean, obviously it got us all the fans talking, but for me personally there was one thing, and I know I'm not alone when I say this, was the mocap on Tom Holland's face. What's that all about?
I think it's pretty safe to say that he's going to be in the movie. We're going to have a lot of fun.
Now the Russo brothers have said that there is going to be a new costume for Spider-Man in Infinity War, and obviously the internet has speculated that it would be the Iron Spider suit that was obviously gifted to him by Tony Stark in the comic books. Personally, I'd love to see this on screen. With the power of CGI nowadays as well, I think it would actually turn out to be a really good addition to Infinity War. However, having mocap on his face doesn't imply that that is necessarily the case. Did they just tease that he's going to have the symbiote? Okay, let's look at the facts. The symbiote does originate from space, so obviously with the elements of Guardians of the Galaxy being involved, and the whole space element to do with Avengers Infinity War, this would make a lot of sense. The symbiote does obviously move around. The other costumes and even the Iron Spider wouldn't need to necessarily move around, so why have the mocap on his face? To me it implies that there's going to be a lot of movement in regards to his mask. This would imply a symbiote. The other thing as well is his gloves, his mocap gloves. During the interview we see him moving around. He's got his hands under his arms, he's putting them in his pockets, he doesn't quite know where to put them, but he's definitely keeping them concealed. Now, are they laying the groundwork for symbiotes and later Venom? This is a distinct possibility. Personally, I would love to see the symbiote introduced in Infinity War. There'd be enough going on that the symbiote storyline and the story of the symbiote being introduced there wouldn't take over and wouldn't be in your face. It would be a nice subtle way of bringing the symbiote into the MCU. One thing that definitely pissed me off and pissed a lot of other fans off is the way that Venom was just kind of plopped into Spider-Man 3. Now a lot of people didn't like that film, let's be honest. Spider-Man 3 is definitely the weaker of the original trilogy. Personally, I didn't mind it. There was one scene in particular, and I'm sure you know which one I'm talking about, when Peter Parker goes all emo. That got a lot of people upset. But the big thing for me was obviously Venom. He was undersold, he was underused, underdeveloped, there was no character development. And I definitely think he deserves another shot. Let's look back. I mean, the symbiote was introduced in the Secret War comics, and it wasn't until about 4, maybe 5 years later until Venom actually appeared. So this would be a really subtle and really nice way for Venom to be introduced into the MCU. Personally, I think the Russo brothers are the guys to deliver it. Let me know your thoughts, pop them in the box below. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe. Don't forget to check out our channel to see the competition to win 2 free tickets to the London Super Comic Con in August, simply by subscribing to our channel.